Okay, we're just waiting notification. Okay, boom. And we are live. I want to thank everyone for tuning into a very special edition of Off the Record on the People's Podcast this afternoon. We have an incredible guest with us today, one who's going to give us some wonderful information as well as inspiration, and that is none other than our brother Jaye Delai. First of all, assalamu alaikum, sir.
Wa alaikum salam, sir.
Yes, sir. And the first of all, how are you and the family?
Man, if I was any better, brother, I'd be a twin.
Yes,
I'm not
sir.
even, I'm not even gonna lie. And praise be to Allah. The family is recovering, doing quite well. My children are just they're growing. They're growing.
Excellent. Yes, sir. Okay. So the first question that we have for you, sir, as well. We had a chance. You reached out to me on a phone call about maybe 3 or 4 months ago, letting me know that something took place with your health, and I notated it, and I said I want to make sure that we come back to it and address it after you have recovered. So you can let us. Then I got a chance to see you at Savior's Day. Could you let us
Yes, sir.
know what took place and how is the recovery process going?
Brother, it has been a journey. I will say that it has been a journey. Um, I remember during the midst of when that COVID was happening. It was the Savior's Day before, I believe that was 20, and everybody was coming down. I thought I had a touch of it then, but then I recovered. But then the second time around, I could feel these symptoms, and it hit me like a ton of bricks. And brother, I remember I was so I just got sick, and what all brothers think. Oh, I can beat it. I can fight it. Just give me a little time. Let me rest. I can fight it. And I laid down, and brother, I remember I woke up. I couldn't lift my head up off the pillow, and so I just laid back down. And next thing I know, they told me it had been 4 or 5 days.
Mm.
And then my daughter called, and she said she had been calling, and she finally came to came to call the ambulance, and they came to my house, and brother, they got in the door and had to come and get me and take me to the hospital. And brother, I was 106 temperature, and I was, man, I was so ill. I didn't know how ill I was at the time.
Mm.
But I know this. When they say if anybody's had COVID and had it bad, the hallucinations are real.
Mm. Mm.
Absolutely real.
Yes, sir. Well, I'm glad that you had recovered, and shout out to you and your family. All praises due to Allah.
Man, shout outs to Allah.
Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
telling
sir.
you,
Yes, sir.
he God through this whole, when things happen to us, and how we're always quick to say, well, everything happens for a reason. And you go through so many ups and downs and so many, you know, if everything happens for a reason, why is this happening? What good is this doing for me? What am I going through this for? And the beauty of it and the grace of Allah is before the end of the movie, Allah allows you to see what he took you and what he took you through and what he allowed you to go through it for.
Mm. Mm.
And sometimes, brother, it's not easy at all to see why, to see the why. But when God allows you to go through it, that's what we talk about. When we talk about, being a soldier, sometimes, brother, it'll scare the hell out of you.
Mm.
It
Mm.
truly It truly will. But being a soldier is being able to have it happen to you, hear God talk to you, and then begin to understand, okay, God, if this is it, okay, okay, and be able to accept his will. Forgive me, like a soldier. It's funny, brother. We've talked and it's months later, and a lot of this stuff I've blocked out for months. I've just blocked it out. There's no need in just wallowing in pain. And when you can look at the grace and mercy of Allah, because my ex-wife, my children's mother, she helped me at this time get through when I was sick. And then she got breast cancer and it took her out so fast. And now I look at all those that are not here. So the tears aren't for my pain. The tears are because I'm thankful that the Creator saw fit to leave my crazy behind here.
All praises to Allah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Wonderful. And Brother Jay, people are showing you love all across the country. I can't wait to put this on YouTube. Brother Nelson says, praise be to Allah. Walaikum salam, Brother Nelson, out of Massachusetts. Okay. Yes, sir. Now, Brother Jay, your Wi-Fi's went out again. It went out again.
Oh, forgive me, brother. I apologize. I'm actually down at the beach. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you a little bit better.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm down at the beach. It has been years. Actually gone to the water and water, and I don't. If you see me, you would know. But I had to learn how to walk again, and I'm still on the walker, so I can't actually go down to the beach. But just to see God's ocean and the sunshine, brother, I'm ecstatic on today. So forgive the Wi-Fi, everybody.
Yes, sir. Praise be to Allah. We right here with you, and we're happy for you. When you said that God spoke to you, what did he say?
Well, brother, I haven't shared this publicly with anybody, but I'll share it here today. October 21st of 20, I had an experience, and I didn't tell anybody. I told a few people close to me because I didn't want anybody to think I was crazy. Brother, I was, sometimes I'll get in the shower after a workout or something like that, or after a hard day's work. I'll just sit down in the shower and let the water run 45 minutes, hour, but just sit up there and just relax and just meditate in the shower. But I was sitting there in the shower, and I remember, brother, I was just asking God, what is it that you want me to do, God? What is it that you want me to see? What is it that you're showing me? What is it that I need to know, God? What I'm asking, empowering questions. And all of a sudden, I swear to you, Brother Josh, now you know I'm crazy, but I ain't crazy. Mm-hmm. And I asked a question, God, what is it you really want me to do? And all of a sudden I heard, do you really want to know? Do you really want to know? And brother, for about 20 minutes, it's like God just started downloading into me And brother, it's just like when the minister tells his story of being on the mother plane. There's some in this world that thinks he's crazy as hell. And there's some of us that thinks he's crazy enough to truly believe it and understand what he's talking about. So, brother, God began to talk to me, and it's like I had a chance to interview God. What do you want me to do about this? What do you want me to do? My son, those of you that know me and have watched me, you know I raise my children in sports, and my son plays baseball. And shout out to my son who's playing in the championship game as we speak. So, son, play to win. Brother, even I asked Allah, what do you want me to do what about my son? He said, your son will be one of the greatest to ever play the game of baseball. Leave him alone. Leave him alone. He will be fine. I said, well, what about my daughters? He said, take care of your daughter, because one day she will be the one to take care of you and your son. I still don't know what that means. And I ask Allah often, what does that mean? But more and more every day, he's showing me. You know, I asked him about my life. And brother, the one thing that gave me peace, this is before I even got sick. Brother Josh, I did not know, but Allah told me. He said it just like this. He said, but I will restore you. I will restore you. It won't be easy, but the very last time, the third time, he said, I will restore you. And brother, that is the only thing that I've had to, and there were other things that happened in this time, in this, I don't know if it's vision or insight. I don't even know what to call it, Brother Josh, but I know that Allah spoke to me and he said, when your faith wanes, I want you to go back, because I was able to, one of my best friends, when I told him about it, he said, dude, stop right now and go write every single detail down that you can remember. Write every single detail down. And I did. I wrote every single detail and I have it vividly written down, but I've committed it to memory. And Brother Josh, when things get hard, and it's funny, a year and a half later, that's when I got sick. And everything that I went through, and when I tell you, brother, it's just like somebody talks about laying the breadcrumbs so you can come back to them.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When the God spoke to me and I came to, and I'll share with you when I came to, because I ain't no punk, but I can tell you, brother, I was so tired, I gave up. I gave up. I truly did. When I understand when when old folks say, I'm tired, they're almost ready to go. I was past there. But I'll tell you what changed. Well, I'll tell you what changed that in just a second. But, when Allah spoke to me, and brother, and shout out to all the brothers and sisters that happen to be watching it, that are listening. May Allah bless each and every one of you. So to finish the point, when Allah spoke to me, man, and just said what he said to me, and the different things he said, it was like I pulled on it and I said, man, what infinite wisdom, because brother, everything that he told me before that I did not understand was food for me or energy for me later on down the line. And it's like, you know how people say I should have had a V8 and hit themselves in the head. It's like, wow. So that's why God spoke to me before that. He just kept saying, it won't be easy. It won't be easy. But again, he said, I will restore you. And he said it 3 times. He said it one time straight out, I will restore you. Then the second time was more adamant. I will restore you. And then the third time, you know, it's kind of like Eddie Murphy in Trading Places when they like, all of this is yours. All of this is yours. And you're like, yeah, right, God. Yeah, I hear you, God. You'll restore me. But the third time, it's like he got my attention. I will restore you. And that's the only thing that I've had to hang on to. It truly is, Brother Josh. But I'm not ashamed to say that I gave up because, brother, it's funny. They say when you're a lifeguard and, you know, I love to swim. I swim really well. And if somebody was drowning, I wouldn't mind saving somebody, you know, like lifeguards. But I used to think in my life it was so cruel because they say you have to, if a person is drowning and you're so eager to run out and save them and you grab them, they're fighting. And a lot of times they're fighting so hard, they'll kill both you and them. So you almost have to wait a split second until somebody's damn near giving up the ghost. And then you can come and save them. And that's, man, that's so real. And man, Brother Josh, I want to thank you first and foremost for this opportunity to just be on your show. I've watched it. I've really enjoyed your show. I love the insight. Brother. You give insight and you have guests on that many people don't know. And you have helped build my love and understanding and belief of our nation because there's so many things that I didn't even know. And shout out to your father for making you the man that you are. And I mean that, man.
Yes, sir. Well, Brother Jay, you getting love all across the country. My sister Miriam says the greetings. Brother Daryl O'Neill says Grand ASA Grand Rising, welcome salam. And we can't wait to put this on YouTube. And people say all praises to Allah. Okay, now you also spoke for those who may be going through a sickness or a battle with health, or maybe not. Maybe my mental, maybe something quiet, but just about giving up at that last second. What advice would you give to them or us?
The advice that I would give, brother, I could sit up here and seem like a wise man and say this and say that, but I'll tell you this. At the point that I was laying there, and as I say this, I flash back in my mind. As I can remember laying there, I was angry, Brother Josh. How did I get here? How did you could have done this? You should have done that. Jay, you should have, man, you could have defeated this. And I was angry. And I said, okay. And something just clicked within me and said, okay, so if this is it, you're going to meet God pissed off and angry? If this is it, you're going to look the God in the face and be angry? And it's like a switch flipped. And I had forgotten about how the minister said he just started thanking Allah. And afterwards, you can't help it because you almost get angry with yourself, and it's almost an embarrassment. You're angry. God allowed you to know what love felt like. God allowed you to catch your children coming out of the womb. God allowed you to have a beautiful mother and father. God allowed you to have an incredible radio career. God allowed you to make money more than you ever thought that you would make. God allowed you to do, and you're angry. And you almost become embarrassed. But I started thanking Allah for every single thing. Thank you for the wind I felt on my skin. Thank you, Father, for the sun I felt. Thank you for hugs that I've received. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And laying there, brother, I'll tell you this, when things I had given up, and I'd resolved that, okay, it's probably over. I've lived a good life. I made it to the 50 point. I lived a good life. It's probably over. Because truly, brother, as I laid there, a deep breath was, that was a deep breath.
Mm.
And I couldn't breathe at all. It was like slowly suffocating, as if somebody formerly brother Jesse, my little brother, he and I had worked on the Minister's podcast. And brother, I'm so honored. Shout out to the Honorable Minister Min Farrakhan. Love you, Pop. He calls me a super producer. And brother, I had given up. And Brother Keon called, the minister had called him. And he told the minister, brother, it doesn't look good. Brother Jay, it doesn't look good, because Brother Keon told me later, I don't remember. I had my phone in the hospital, and I had called a couple of people close to me. I know I called my cousin, Brother Warwick, called Keon. This is after the fact. They told me my temperature's 106. I'm delirious. I don't know, but put the phone to my ear. And they told me. And out of all that, brother, laying there on my way to death itself, I'm laying in hospice. But somehow, some way, brother, when they told me that, brother, it's something that pierced my ear, and it's like it lit a fire. And it made me fight like hell. When the minister said, you got one life, fight like hell to keep it. And brother, when I tell you, I've never fought so hard. It's like you hold your breath and you can't breathe, but I tried to force myself and push air through my lungs. Through everything I went through, brother, I wasn't worried about. I didn't know at the time that I could no longer walk. But I laid there, brother, and I just started talking to God like I've never talked to Allah before.
Mm.
more like a friend, more like a friend. And brother, when I tell you, brother Josh, God is so real. God is so real, dear brother. He's so real. He's so real. If you're going through trials and challenges, nothing happens. Nothing happens without God's permission. And I understand now fully. If it pleases God that I die, then I am pleased to die. But on that other hand, if it pleases God that I live, I'm honored. And I salute as a soldier. As that song says, care for me, care for me. You said you care for me. Die for me, die for me. No, why don't you live for me? And I'm learning each and every day how to absolve the pain and live through the pain and twist that pain around and live through the pain. Live through the pain, brother. Yeah, is it easy? Hell no. I'm an athlete, played football, baseball all my life. And then all of a sudden at 53 years old, I can't walk without a walker. Part of me could quickly ask the question, God, why? Man, please, let me explain something to you. I'm sitting at the beach and I can look at the waves. And I can look at the water. I ain't got to walk to do that. We have to be appreciative of the small things that Allah does in our lives. Because the truth is, if you can't appreciate those little things, you can't get to the big things.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You teaching, brother Jay. You teaching. Praise be to Allah. People saying, showing you love all across the country. And thank you all for showing love to our brother Jay. Yes, sir. All right. Now, you also, you said you want to make sure that I spoke to you about the great reminder.
Great reminder. And I beg everybody to please listen, because you may be the very one that Allah has me tell this story for. It's almost humorous, because the other night when I called my cousin and I told him what happened to me, he made me laugh and took my mind off of it, even though I was angry. So this is 2 nights ago, Friday night. The great reminder, dear family, listen, please. The great reminder, listen to the God in you. Listen to the God in you when it talks. A lot of times we'll be doing something and all of a sudden something will just whisper into your spirit. Don't go that way. Go the other way. Don't do this. Do that. And a lot of times we're moving so fast until we just blow it off and dismiss it. So Friday night, I get to my house, get my walker out of the truck. I get in the house. I'm tired. Then I realized, damn it, I left my phone in the truck. Okay, well, I'm just going to rest a little bit. I'll go back out and I'll get it in a little while. The great reminder. About 11:30, it's dark. All of a sudden, I hear the rumbling of thunder and the raindrops coming. I said, okay, it's about to start raining. Let me hurry up, get my walker, going back out to the truck, get my phone, and get back in here. I get to the front door of my place. Clear as day, brother Josh. Don't lock the door. Just go ahead and run to the truck and get it. You're only going to the truck. Don't lock the door. man, let me lock this door, man. I'm not fixing to do that because somebody could come in my house and they could break in and they could be in here and before I even know it, and then they could be a robber and they could. Me getting in my way, getting in the way of what God is trying to tell me.
Mm.
I locked the door. On my way down the sidewalk to my truck, the sky opens up. So I'm on a walker getting drenched and wet. The sky opens up. I get to my truck. I grab my phone really quick. Well, the brace on my legs, it came undone. I said, okay, dang it. Let me sit down real quick so I can redo and adjust my brace. I sit down for a half a second. I set the keys on the seat. I get the brace done. I hit the lock button on the car door, slam the door, and as soon as I slammed the door, I knew I had locked my keys in my truck. The great reminder, family. So now here I am standing outside my truck. It's freezing cold. It's raining. I'm locked out of my house and locked out of my truck. And I'm standing there about to melt down, angry. But it's like God tried to tell me, if I would have left my door unlocked, I got a spare key in my house. I could have got the key and went right back to my truck and unlocked it. But because I did not listen, I sat outside. I called a locksmith. I sat outside for about 45 minutes, freezing cold with only a t-shirt on and a pair of jogging pants, shivering. I did not pay attention. So eventually, after 45 minutes, I sat there on my porch and I had time to talk. God, I understand you say everything happens by your permissive will. But God, you allowed this to happen. But why? What good could possibly come out of this, God? What good could possibly come? I'm not going to cuss. I'm not going to be angry. I'm taking all this in. I'm talking to myself. God, what could you possibly have good for me out of this? So the locksmith comes after 45 minutes. It's a brother. It's a black man. How you doing, brother? I said, I've seen better days, but I've seen worse days. And just kind of looked at me when I said that. And it's still raining a little bit. My keys. Now, keep in mind, he told me, he said, man, you got to pay me $75 before I even leave my house or I'm not coming. This is almost midnight. I understand the brother had a problem, reservations. I paid him. But he opened the door and he got the keys and he was like, here you go, brother. He's like, now go inside and get warm. When I shook his hand, he was like, man, you freezing. And he said, go on inside and get warm. I said, thank you, brother. I appreciate it. Open the door.
Thank everybody who's watching. If you continue to watch the People's Podcast, we'll be waiting on our brother Jay. Okay, there he is.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Okay, forgive me. I thought something happened. So
I can't see you though, bro.
Great reminder. You can't see me. Hold on 1 second.
I can see you now. There you go.
Can you see me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the great reminder, family. Inside, I get warm, my phone goes off. I look down at my phone, brother tells me, I'm honored to have helped you. You can be positive even in the midst of hell. How could I charge a man like that? And he refunded the Cash App that I sent him. Listen to the God in you, family. trust the God in you. Allah loves us, man. But He's got to take us through something because it is the God's honest truth. If He didn't take us through things, we'd forget about Him.
Mm.
People, oh, no, sir. No, I wouldn't. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. Listen to the God in you. I hope that reminder, that great reminder, I hope it feeds the spirit of one person. And it reminds you, as my mama used to tell me, Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust the Lord with all thy heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge who? Him. And He shall direct your path. If we just listen, Allah will guide us. Half the time we aren't patient enough to wait on the Lord and be of good courage. So I'm not trying to preach. I'm not trying to sound like I couldn't be a minister. One of the things I wanted to be in life was a minister, but I cuss. So, that's why I was a radio personality, because the minister he said, son, you have a greater rostrum than I do. He told me one time, no, sir, no, sir, no, sir. He's like, Brother Jay, you talking to you on the radio in the mornings. You talk to millions of people. They love you, brother. Be you. Be who God made you. And that's who I'm striving to be. No more, no less. I'm just Brother Jay.
Powerful. Yes, sir. Well, Brother Jay, on that note, we want to just put a pause on this for this interview. But inshallah, moving forward, I'll speak with you after this so we can get a part 2 up where we can make sure that the Wi-Fi is connected and we can just, go into more of your history. But what you gave today is what I needed to hear and what many of us needed to hear. So the great reminder is right on point on this Sunday afternoon. I want to thank everybody for watching. And I can't wait. I'm about to put this on YouTube so everybody can please continue to like, share, subscribe to the People's Podcast. And may Allah bless you, Brother Jay, and your family at your day at the beach, sir.
Man, I thank you. May Allah truly, truly bless each and every person that took a moment to listen and hear. I hope and I pray Allah use me to deliver a message directly to your souls. I pray Allah bless you, each and every one of you. I pray Allah bless your family. And I pray Allah bless your children's children's children.
Excellent. This is Joshua Leonard Muhammad signing off of the People's Podcast. Assalamu alaikum.